Let's take a question right here from a young fella right here.
Come on.
Jimmy John, one question. What do you get at Jimmy John's? Fucking mind blowing.
Oh.
You like Subway better.
Right on. So I love a turkey tom with onions
so do
and
I.
oil and vinegar added to it. I love a turkey tom that way, but if you get it that way, you got to eat it immediately. You can't wait. My go-to sandwich is the new East Coast hoagie. So you got to get the new number 7 East Coast spicy hoagie. That is my favorite one right now.
good?
For sure. I think it's the best sandwich that we've ever done. I like the Frenchie a lot, but Inspire Brands got rid of it. Did you have the little Frenchie?
Nope, I never had. Nope, I never had it.
Never had it.
I've always gotten the turkey tom, except for the last couple times I went, I got a club. Italians.
Italian nightclub.
Yeah,
Number 9.
So, but I've been a turkey tom guy my whole life, man. I kind of stick with what works for me, you know.
So you're 40.
Yeah, I'm 40 now.
You know, now that I'm just sitting here thinking, Jimmy John's just part of your whole life.
Oh, 100%.
Jimmy John's was only was half of my life. I have a hard time with the obvious. I just realized
man.
you grew up with it.
Dude, it's crazy. So if I'm touring or I'm in a different city and wherever I get, the first thing on my way into town, I will see if they have a Jimmy John. I'll just have them bring one right to the hotel. So when I get there, I have a Jimmy John's, man. It's one thing that I do feel about Jimmy John's is it is as reliable a food that exists out there. Every time it's going to be the same, and it always gets there fast, man. It's just there. It's like, it really is. It's just there. The other shit, I don't know what's going to happen. Somebody might get shot on the way to deliver. I have no idea. But with Jimmy John's, it's straight up. Now, I hooked up with Jared from Subway's sister a long time ago in the French Quarter. This is a long time ago.
No way.
So I've had some unique interactions with some sandwich experiences over my life. But and then I used to talk about Quiznos a lot of times. Now Quiznos went under, right?
Yeah.
And here's why I think, and this just is a straight male, you know. Quiznos, I would go into Quiznos, right? And you get the toasted sandwich. It's toasted, right? Which I liked. It's cool, you know? But the problem with Quiznos was there was just men in there eating them. So when you have a toasted sandwich and you're like bringing it up to your mouth and it has like this kind of like this big open mouth kind of vibe and you're just sitting there, there's other men in there, you're just looking at each other. It had this extremely homoerotic vibe for me at Quiznos. And I wouldn't, bro, and I really believe that it hit a lot of men that way. And it kind of made it too tough for me to go get Quiznos. And sometimes it would burn my mouth. It would like kind of chap me up a little bit. And it just felt kind of homoerotic eating those in there because it was only men in there. I think they only really catered to men.
I have no idea. I never, this is the first time I ever heard this in my life.
Oh, this is a big theory out there. But a lot of women won't go get a toasted sandwich. It just...
You know who does a good toasted sandwich is Potbelly.
It's not dainty enough. I like Potbelly. They don't toast them too hard, right? Yeah. I like that. But anyway, those are just some sandwich experiences that I've had. But did you, was there another sandwich place that you really enjoyed over the years, or another business that you watched grow over the years?
Yeah, I think that, what businesses? I think Pret a Manger does a great job.
I'm not even familiar with them.
They're London-based. McDonald's owned them, and then they opened some stores in New York. They do a really good job with sandwiches. I think Portillo's hot dogs did a great job.
Portillo's is good. They're out of Chicago, right?
Yeah, out of Chicago. So my friend Dick Portillo, he sold about the same time, just about a year before I did. So another great guy. I love Portillo's a lot. What else do I respect a lot? I really respect Chick-fil-A. How can you not respect Chick-fil-A?
So
I mean, what they do. I mean, my pleasure's getting a little old, but I respect it, and it's what they do, and it's what they say. I guess Freaky Fast could be getting pretty old too, but I think Chick-fil-A is incredible respect. I think McDonald's new Quarter Pounder with cheese with the fresh burger, I think it's an incredible product.
I don't know if I've had that yet.
Yeah, they're using a fresh meat patty now.
Really?
It's really a big difference. It's big time. Yeah, you ought to try it. Wow. How can you not respect In-N-Out? I mean, it's kind of a grilled cheese sandwich flavored with vegetables and a little bit of meat patty, but it's still pretty damn good, and the price is really, really, really good.
Yeah.
What else do I really respect a lot?
Was there a good brand that came through that didn't make it that you were like, man, what happened here? Because this thing was...
That didn't make it?
KFC, I do not. I don't. I'm a Popeyes guy, you know. But
I love Popeyes new chicken good. Sandwich. And their chicken is just.
Bro, if they made a heroin, I would buy it.
It's so good. Dude, Popeyes is good.
Bro, if Popeyes made a heroin, dude, I don't think America would exist anymore. But yeah, there's just something about their. Did you ever meet that guy? What was that?
Al Copeland.
Yeah,
yeah, and his son.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that like? Because I'll tell you this. So, growing up in that area, he put the big Christmas lights up by the edge of the lake, and people would get pissed because they had to drive their car by him. And then, like, people were like, "I'm getting old. I can't see the end of the bridge when I'm driving." So he was always this like flamboyant, like
Bigger than
larger than life. He was like
That was like my dad. But go ahead.
Oh,
But
wow.
back to Al Copeland.
Yeah, he was just like that. He was like larger than life, like the big Christmas lights, and we're doing this, and we gotta. You felt like he had a cigar in his hand, even if he didn't have it in his hand. You know, he was just larger than life.
He was. I used to watch his offshore powerboat racing. Remember he did that?
Dude, the cigarette boats.
And
He would take hot girls back and forth from our town over to New Orleans, and then bring them back like a month later. I felt like.
a month later. But I love that stuff so much, and I ended up creating or being part of an offshore powerboat with the Jimmy John's offshore powerboat, and we won the world championship 3 years
way.
in a row. And that was all inspired by that dude, Al Copeland. I thought it was so cool. Wow. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, man. It was. He was a hero. Remember his sunglasses and his gold chains?
Oh yeah,
and his
dude.
big black hair.
Oh yeah.
He was killing it.
I don't know if he was Italian. I don't know what he was. Copeland. I'm not sure.
He wanted to be Italian.
Yeah, he wanted to be.
For
That's
sure.
a great call.
For sure.
Yeah, he was the legend around our town, around our area growing up, because he bought this big place right when you got off of the Causeway Bridge in New Orleans. And he put all of his boats in his truck. Everything that was big, it was in these big glass windows. You could just see when you drove by for no real reason, but just to be like, hey, this is what here's what's going on.
Here's my shit.
I'm just sitting on your front porch, wondering how could I be so far from my home? And my mind is somewhere else, but when I find it, I'll patch up where it's been blown.